Okay guys, before Percy comes in, I just want you to know that I'm doing another 3 likes, 3 dislikes and 1 love. But I just don't want him to know that. Okay?
How are you going to get around it without him knowing?
I'm going to use a code. Instead of likes I'm going to say caramel, and instead of dislikes I'm going to say haggis. What about love? What will you use for that? I'll just use love. It'll be too late for him to moan by then. Shh, he's coming.
What's happening?
Nothing much, just going to talk about caramel and haggis.
Okay. I guess I call you this.
Hi guys, my name is Chris if you didn't already know, and welcome to my show, Smeg Chris. And yes, I'm going to be talking about caramel and haggis.
What?
For a laugh. I might as well get on with it. So the first thing that I should mention about caramel is that it reminds me of my whiteboard.
Huh?
I don't really need to go on about my whiteboard so much because I've already done that a lot lately. Just know that it's working. It is actually helping me keep my promise of making more videos.
How do I even relate to caramel?
Shush, Percy, this is very interesting.
Talking of caramel, another reminder is the gun scanner at Asda.
What the?
I have found that it has made shopping so much easier and quicker. I just go in, go to a screen, put in my phone number, it chooses a gun scanner for me and off I go. I pick up an item, I scan it, chuck it in my trolley. At the end I use the gun scanner to put all my shopping onto a screen and then I just pay for it and go. I no longer have to take the items out of the trolley to put on a conveyor belt just so I can scan it to put it on a weighing scale and then put them all back into the trolley again. Plus I no longer have to listen to "Thanks, that scanned." That. Thanks monologue, you're welcome. The only thing I've noticed is that I've got to keep reminding myself to scan those items before I put them in the trolley. I've nearly forgotten a few times. My final caramel reminder is Saints Row Get Out of Hell. I have loved that game from the beginning. Of course, as the game progressed, I started to enjoy it even more. Only because I could upgrade weapons and the characters and it made things a lot easier. And even though I'm only at 70% completed, I've actually finished it 5 times. There are 5 different endings, so I wanted to see them all. And even though I've still got a few side missions, I found that they're getting very boring, so I'm done with it now. I can beat Satan only so many times.
What is all this caramel business?
Now I want to talk about haggis.
Yeah.
The first thing to remind me about haggis were the very large vitamin C tablets I were taking. They should put a choking hazard on this bottle. Seriously, I lost count of how many times I got them stuck in my throat when I was trying to swallow them. And they don't taste very good either. I mean, look at the tablet size in conjunction with my finger. They're massive! They were far too big. I've since moved on to smaller ones. These ones are a lot easier to swallow.
What are you talking about, caramel and haggis?
Eh? Carrots and Harry Potter?
Never mind.
A second thing to remind me about haggis was the trouble I had with my front door. I had just finished my final night shift of the week. I drove all the way home thinking about my bed, got my car onto the drive, got out of the car, went up to the front door and couldn't get in. The stupid lock broke. Something about a latch inside had dropped and it had seized up, and so the lock would not open. I had to call out a locksmith, which wasn't cheap I can tell you, and I had to wait hours for him to get that door open. With a saw. I missed out on my morning sleep and poor Harley had no idea what was happening.
I thought alien burglars were trying to steal my dinner.
See? Needless to say, I needed a new lock. My final reminder of haggis has to do with my vlog camera. I've had a few problems with it over the past year or two. The first thing was when the viewfinder died, but thankfully I've had that repaired. And then, can you see it? This crack right here appeared. It doesn't really cause a problem other than the fact that sometimes when I'm pressing right on this dial, it goes left. And just last October, another problem arose. If you look on the top of the camera here, there are 2 holes there. That's where the microphones are. When I was walking around Northamptonshire, it was raining constantly and somehow one of the raindrops got into one of those holes. And now it's slightly damaged. I only noticed when I was editing one of my vlogs with my headphones on, and I noticed that the left ear was a little quieter than the right. I mean, it doesn't affect it too much, but I found that now when I'm editing my vlogs, I have to turn the sound up. And also I'm having to turn up the sound waves on the actual editing suite because they've diminished somewhat. Basically, it's just a bit quieter than it used to be, but only slightly. But if anything else goes wrong with it, I might have to get a new one.
Caramel, haggis. No, this is not right.
Which leads me on to my love.
This isn't okay. I guess answer this right.
Oops, rumbled.
Ah!
My love is that I've recently celebrated 10 years of vlogging. 10 whole years! On the 13th of February 2011, I filmed my very first vlog and I've been doing it ever since. I'm not going to go on about it too much on here because the vlog I made about it went on for almost 31 minutes. I could end up doing the same here. And also you'll end up hearing Percy throwing a massive wobbly. Too late.
Oh well, he'll get over it.
I'm sure he will. And that's it for my 3 caramel, 3 haggis and 1 love. It's now time for me to go. All that's left for me to say is thank you for watching and subscribing if you have, and liking this video if you did. Until the next time, peace out.
Dude, I'm trying to nap. That's better. Ugh. Gee, thanks.
I'm finding this very, very ironic right now. All week I've been hearing builders out there because somebody's been having a conservatory built. Nothing today. And across the road I've had somebody having a drive beam built. That's been quiet today. Of course I usually get noise from my neighbours. I don't think they're even in. Normally my radiator's be tinking because I've got the heating on. I've not had to do that today. Yet. Also normally I've got birds chirping outside and they're very, very loud. They've been quiet. Normally I'd have to turn my fridge off because it makes a racket when it turns itself on. But so far it hasn't done that yet. Not while I've been filming anyway. So what am I finding ironic? Well, normally the one thing that's always quiet is Harley. And throughout this entire video, he's been shuffling around on the sofa, making a noise. I'm sure he's been doing it on purpose. You know what I'm talking about, you don't you? Hey?
Well, if you had a comfier sofa...